You all, I ran in Best Buy real quick to buy two little things, a freaking microphone and a little clip for my iPhone. And look what Best Buy is sitting on today. The freaking Super Saiyan God Goku. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
Of all the times that I come into a Best Buy to look for stuff, and today they have this. I mean, I've already got it. I'm not going to buy it, but what the heck? That's crazy. All right, hi everybody, and welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby. And as you can tell from the background here, I am in fact a liar. I did go ahead and pick up the Super Saiyan God Goku that I saw earlier at Best Buy, and I figured I'd take a few minutes and actually go over the figure. Let's grab him real quick and take a look at some of the paint on him, because his hair is just fantastic. I love the color. It is probably the best looking head of hair on any of the 2.0 Goku figures that they've come out with, in my opinion. It is nice and metallic and red, and I like the shade, but it's also kind of got a little bit of like a pinkish pearlescence to it as well. When light is hitting it, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick that up, but it's just, especially like in these sharp edges of the hair, it's got a just kind of a hint of pink coming through, and it just looks really, really good. His faceplate looks fantastic. A little bit of detail under the eyes, but not too much. The red of the eyes looks great. The paint on the figure looks really good. And the part that really impresses me the most, that kind of sets this one apart from the other 2.0 Gokus, because I mean, if you've seen one, you've seen them all, but this one has shading, a good amount of it too, up the legs and in the abdomen here, and even up into the armpits a little bit. And that shading to kind of represent that fiery aura that, you know, the Super Saiyan God form has on it. Unfortunately, it's only on the front of the figure, but we're kind of, for a $35 figure, we're gonna kind of have to live with what we get. But the figure looks really, really good. I like the color choices. This shade of orange looks really good for the gi. It really represents the Battle of the Gods saga from Dragonball Super. And I like the color choices on the boots with just the red, and then the navy blue. The paint on the entire figure looks really good. There's no scuffing or spillover or anything like that. It's actually more matte than the other 2.0 figures as well. Some of them, especially the gi part, has more of a satin kind of finish to it, but this one's nice and matte and flat. It looks really, really good. As that falls over, let's check out his accessories really quick, because like I said, this is a $35 figure, but the accessories we do get look really, really good. He gets 3 face plates right here, and all 3 of them look fantastic. He gets a teeth gritting face with the eyes looking forward, looks fantastic. He gets a serious mouth closed face right here with the eyes kind of looking off to his left a little bit, and that looks really good. I'm not a big fan of when the face plates make the eyes look off in one certain direction, because that kind of pigeonholes you as to how you gotta pose them. I don't really like that, but it still looks really good. And he's got a mouth open yelling face with the eyes again looking off to his left a little bit. But you know, we get what we get, especially for $35. He also comes with 8 additional hands. He gets 2 knife hands right here, 2 Kung Fu grip hands, 2 Kamehameha blast hands, and 2 finger spread blast hands right here. And that's it for accessories. Not too much going on with that. But also wanted to grab his box really quick, because this red they chose for the box looks really awesome. I thought like this figure just looked fantastic sitting on the shelf, just with the way that red was kind of popping through and contrasting. Looks really cool. Let's look at his articulation real quick. I'm not going to go into super big detail, because if you've owned a 2.0 Goku figure, you know how they move. But his shoulders, they move out really easily. Got a bicep swivel right here, double jointed elbow that works really good on this figure, and the wrist is on a ball hinge. The butterfly in his shoulders right here and right here look really good, and that's not flesh toned. I like that pretty well. You can still see the back of his shoulder. That's a little annoying, but if you move that cap, you can hide it, so it's not that big a deal. Not the best butterfly range,
grab that neck
but
and
the
catch
hands
that
come
beautiful
close
butterfly,
together
pal.
enough that you could get a good, you know, Kamehameha to the front or whatever that you want to put him through. His abdomen does crunch a little bit, moves back better than it does front, but you do get some front crunch. I don't know if over time you'll get any kind of scuffing through here where there's paint. I don't know if that'll scuff over time. It might, but Right now it's not. Like I said, a little bit of ab crunch, but not a lot. He tilts a little bit side to side, and he actually twists all the way around, unlike his other 2.0 brethren. I don't own any other 2.0 Gokus that you can twist all the way around. His belt right here, it's just floats, and if I were to pull him apart, that you could take that off with no big deal. He's got these 2.0 hips, little bit of split, definitely past 45 degrees, but he's a martial artist and he should be able to do a full split, but I'm not going to beat that horse. He does get a Mary Lou Retton split with no problem. His joints are nice and tight. They hold kicks really, really well. If you were to pose him like that, that's not going anywhere. Double jointed knee, way past 90 degrees. Some people don't like the kneecap. I like the kneecap because it hides most of the joint, and the joint is the same color as the rest of the leg, so I do like that for sure. He's got some thigh swivel that works well enough. Now, with these 2.0 Gokus, the way they do his boots, these feet don't really point down super well. You know, not a whole lot of range of motion. Not bad gapping though, so I'll take that. Very little to no up, but it goes down pretty well. And of course, you'll get a little bit of pitch out of it if you're getting that, but not a whole big bunch. And toe brake, who cares? He has one. Doesn't really look good, doesn't line up whenever it bends, but I think personally, I think that Figuarts could get rid of them and their articulation would still be really, really good. So he has well over 20 points of articulation, so I have no problem with that. Let's get the ruler out and see how tall he is, just in case for some reason he's taller or shorter than the other 2.0 Gokus. Let me grab my ruler real quick. And let me stand him up on his own for a second, if he can stand on his own 2 feet.
Stop dragging your feet, please.
And to the top of his hair, he is right at 6 1/4 inches. So he's exactly the same height as the other Gokus. But let's stand him next to the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku real quick. And there we can see they're the same height. Hair looks the same, but except this one, obviously, his hair looks more fantastic. And if you can pick it up, do you see how the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku is just a little shinier? There's just more of a satin kind of finish on him versus this one, much flatter. He just aesthetically looks a lot better than the rest of the 2.0 Gokus, at least out of the package, in my opinion. Let's stand him up next to a full power Broly so we can kind of get some scale there. Back it up. Right. And those two look really good together. Broly grab his face and just drag him right through the side of a mountain. And just for kicks, let's stand him up next to the Dragon Stars Lord Beerus figure, because this is the character he fights the first time that he turns Super Saiyan God. And I think they scale pretty well together. Somebody tell me down in the comments if the scale is off, if Beerus is supposed to be taller or shorter. I've honestly never really paid much attention. But in my opinion, they look really good standing right here next to each other. And that's pretty much all I've got for the figure as far as, you know, all the features and everything. I will point out, let me grab the just the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. If you look here, the Saiyan Raised on Earth is bulkier in the arm.
Are you juicing, Larry?
Just a little bit than the Super Saiyan God one is. And if you look here, his neck is thicker. And they did that intentionally, because it's mentioned in the movie that when Goku goes Super Saiyan God, he slims down a little bit. So I think that was a nice added touch. They really stuck with the source material and made this figure look a little bit different. Now, are these reused parts? Of course they are. This one looks like kind of an amalgamation of a couple of different Gokus right here, but this neck is definitely not one of the regular 2.0 Goku necks, and the arms are smaller too. I couldn't tell you what figure it comes from. Doesn't really matter. But overall, this figure is fantastic. Aesthetically, it is the best looking 2.0 Goku they have released, in my opinion, and his articulation is second to none of any of the other 2.0 Gokus either. If I had to give this figure a rating, I would give it a solid A. This is a very good figure. I mean, you got to take into account price point and all that. You don't get a lot of accessories, but what you get look really good. What he looks like is excellent. Looks straight out of the manga or the animation, either one. The source material was honored very, very well in this figure. And yeah, solid A figure. Highly, highly, highly recommend. We know right now for a fact it's out in stores, so go out and pick one up. Hell, pick 2 of them up. I have 2 of them Very good figure. Once it leaves shelves, you know its price is going to go up, just like the other two releases of this figure. They're sitting around $70, $80, $90, something like that, from what I understand. So go out and pick one of these figures up. But other than that, that's all I've got for Goku. With all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Thanks.
Is it over? Not to the fist jumps. It's over.